Hi guys, my name's Doug. Welcome to My Messy Garage. In today's video, we're going to be adding a lifting hoist to my RR602 logging trailer from Range Road. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully you enjoy this one. Step one for a little project here is going to be taking some measurements. Across the tube here, and we're right at 1.5 inches. I know it doesn't show up that well on the tape measure, but I've measured it with a caliper, and we are right at 1.5 inches. We come down from the top, and the center of the bolt hole here is 3.5, and we're going to say 11 3/8 down here. The idea is we're going to come up this on either side with some C-channel. We're going to put a platform on the top, and we're going to mount the crane, hoist, I don't know what you want to call it, on the platform that we create here. Let's head back to the shop and start cutting some stuff out, and I'll bring you back when we're there. Here we have the pivot tube for the hoist that we're going to be mounting. We want to mount this to the top of the headache rack. My plan is we're going to take a 3/8 piece of steel. This is 6x9, or at least that's what I asked them to cut, so it should be about that. We're going to put some C-channel uprights that will bolt to the existing upright on the headache rack, and then we'll use some 1-inch square tubing to put some diagonal braces on so that we can put a little bit of pressure on this without it breaking anything. Let me grab some tools and we'll start cleaning up this steel and get it ready to assemble into something. There's 2 existing mounting holes on the upright, which will eventually get drilled into the web of the C-channel. The first one is 3.5 inches from the top. The second one is 11 3/8 from the top. I'm thinking we're going to make this 13 inches long. That gives us a good amount of edge distance with the holes. That looks good. We'll make 2 uprights. We'll attach them to this plate. Then we'll make some diagonal braces. Everything should be wonderful. Kind of an ugly cut. We'll make it work though. Unfortunately, my largest transfer punch, which is my preferred tool for transferring these larger holes down into the base plate, is not quite big enough. I'm going to grab some electrical tape. We'll put a few wraps around there so that it fits perfectly in the hole. Then we'll transfer the holes down into the base plate that I'm going to attach to the trailer. This doesn't have to be perfect, but built it up with some electrical tape, and now we set it down into the hole. It seems to work pretty good. And I'm not sure what this hole is for. Possibly it's to put the hydraulic jack handle in, but we'll mark it anyways. I think we'll call that close enough. Let me go run those through with the drill press, and I'll be right back in a minute. Drilled, mostly cleaned up. I haven't got the web cleaned up yet, but we'll get that before we throw some paint on everything. I put a 2x4 in here, and it's kind of a loose fit. The upright is exactly 1.5 inches wide, and this basically gives us 1.5 inches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tack this in place, put a couple of good tacks on here so that it stays where it is. At the same time, it wouldn't take much to grind it back off again in case we need to make some adjustments. And I'm going to take it out and try it on the trailer and see how it works. I tried the mount on the trailer, and unfortunately it's just a little on the tight side. I was kind of worried that it was going to be like that, so that's why I only tack welded this on. Let me grind these welds off and we'll try and space these out. I'm thinking a couple of washers should be just about the perfect extra width, and then we can kind of squeeze these together a little bit when we bolt everything down. I got this all cleaned up, ground the weld off, and we're ready to tack everything back in place. It looks close enough to straight. For me, I'm happy with that. So we'll throw some weld on there. I think we're safe to weld it up permanent this time. It's definitely got a little bit more space than it did previously. The bracket was able to go down, I will say, halfway on the pipe with just a little bit of spread. So by adding the 2 washers, 1 on each side, we should add enough gap that it will bolt on quite nicely. Now that we've got the main uprights attached to the base plate, we need to put a diagonal on, kind of a brace that comes along something like this. I'm gonna cut off a 15-inch piece. We'll do some fine tuning and make it fit real nice. Kind of get our diagonal going here. I want to trim off the angle here so that this butts right up against that plate. I think I'm going to leave this bottom open so that if any condensation happens, it just runs right out the bottom instead of getting trapped in there and causing any corrosion problems. Although you can probably see that's 1/8-inch wall, 1-inch square tubing. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about it rusting out anytime soon. However, it's just as easy to leave it open so that it can any water that gets in there can drain out, so we'll do it that way. Because this is wider than the uprights are here, we're going to have to put a bit of a bevel in that direction as well as that direction. Makes it a little more challenging for cutting, but shouldn't be too bad with this handy bandsaw. I've got the bracket fit in pretty well where I want it. It's a little short here, but weld will fill that in no problem. But we do have one little problem here, is that the hole that's going to align with the base plate of the crane is pretty close to the bottom lip of this diagonal piece. I think we're going to have to modify something to go into that hole and provide us our mounting point. That's going to get a little bit challenging. Going to have to do both sides that way, and that will make it work. To borrow a line from another infamous Canadian YouTuber, a grinder and paint makes me the welder I ain't. That's not the most beautiful welding in the world, but I guess it'll do. Now we need to make up another one for this side. Something tells me it won't quite turn out as well as the first one did. Anyways, there's no sense you guys watching me do a rinse and repeat, so I'll bring you back when I've got it all welded up. Not the prettiest welding job I've ever done, but should be functional. I captured all 4 of the bolts into place. The ones at this end, of course, I can't get at them because of the diagonals, so I cut the heads off and welded them to the plate, and I figured we may as well do these ones as well. So I just stuck the bolts through and captured them with a couple of good spot welds. Next item on the list is going to be drilling our holes through the C-channels. They'll pick up the cross bolts and allow us to bolt this to the trailer. Let me get that knocked out, and then we'll splash a coat of paint on this and we'll take it out and see how it fits. I think we'll call the fabricating part of this project finished. Gotta let this paint dry for a little while, then we'll take it out, put it on the trailer with the rest of the hoist, and we'll see how it fits. This is going to be a little portly now. Oh, that's not too bad. There we go. We got one log loaded. Don't really need to load the other ones. This was just a trial, and looks like everything works pretty well. Thanks a lot for stopping by, watching this. Greatly appreciated. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button. That really helps YouTube share the video. And if you like what you see and want to see more from Doug's Messy Garage, why don't you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell icon. Thanks for stopping by.